Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Stand in line for your fix. A triple shot of Marcus in the mix, serving you yet another round of fish and grits. February 6th, 2018. How's it going for you, fellas?
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful Tuesday. I just saw Cleveland lose, and it's a good day when Cleveland loses.
Don't try to be
Here to
modest, man. Don't try to be
blow, here to
modest, man.
fly, and
I
watch
am
our
I am
eagles
turning up.
fly. Oh yeah,
Don't try to act like you're not coming off this championship hangover
You
weekend
already
watching Nick
know, son,
Foles and them Philadelphia Eagles take down the GOAT.
bro. The game went
they
exactly how I
did
thought
it.
it was gonna go. But the thing that always blows my mind is that defense, man. The defense didn't play at the level as I thought they would. They did try to put a lot of pressure on Brady, but
They
man, like
tried,
like
bro.
what we talked about, man. Brady quick in the pocket, man.
He's a magician,
I will
bro.
take the time to quote Vin Diesel from Fast and the
Oh
Furious.
damn.
I don't give a shit if you win by an inch or a mile. A win is a win.
Oh, it feels
Defense
good.
is spectacular enough to get that 8 point difference. That's all I know.
Bro, it feels so good. Just watching Nick Foles just dominate on the offensive side of the ball in on one of the biggest stages was something that I personally did not see. I knew
And
he was gonna
count
have a
too.
good game,
Oh,
but I
he
didn't think he
made
was
some
gonna
throws like a grown ass man.
man, he
He
threaded
made
the
some throws like a grown
Bro, he was
ass
putting it in the
man.
basket all night, man. He
there
was
was one
being
pass that he
aggressive, bro.
made to I want to say was it I think it was Aguilar and it was between three receivers, I mean three defenders, and I said, damn, I'm
On the
talking about
on the on the Urge touchdown
there
drive,
you
right?
go.
That's
Yes.
the one.
That
Okay.
shit was nice.
Nick
I'm
Foles
talking about
spent the entire evening making the world say, "Damn, that was a nice throw!"
Mhm.
Like every single time.
if you
Then
if you
the one when Jeffrey was falling down, I'm like, man, Nick
oh,
put
that
it
was a
right
nice catch.
there.
And you know what's crazy about it? What I like about Dougie P, I got to give a shout out to him. Is he doesn't he plays to win, and we talked about that. Like a lot of coaches and a lot of teams when they play against the Patriots, they play like
They get
maybe we'll
scared.
win.
Yeah.
Dougie P, he's like Sean Payton, as in taking the extra mile, like going on that third on that crucial what was it
Don't
third and
disrespect
17
Dougie
and
P
not
like that.
what'd you say?
Don't disrespect Dougie P like that.
Oh well, I'm talking about being an aggressive play caller sometimes because
Dougie
I like that
P.
comparison. You think he'll better coach
Dougie
than
P
Sean
takes
Payton?
after his mentor. I'm gonna need y'all to stop this right now. Dougie P takes after
Oh,
his mentor. That man cut his teeth in
that
Green Bay,
Packers,
Wisconsin,
you know.
under Mike Holmgren, who is equally as aggressive when he beat the brakes off New England back in '96. He takes after his mentor. Go back and check the
Well,
tape. You don't believe?
I'm gonna have to go back and check the tape because I wasn't checking for football back in the day.
Go
But
back and check the
bro,
tape. Mike Holmgren
I,
put that smoke on him the same way, taking chances. You stay aggressive. You go out there and mix it up. That's one of the first times that anybody ever saw Brett Favre run for a touchdown in a game was in that Super Bowl. Like he throws in those keys, those special plays, the things they gave Bill Belichick credit for all these years. Oh, he'll always go and have that one little key player, that one little hitch to put in and stuff like that. He out Belichick, and that shit was impressive as hell and fun to see.
and what I loved about
Corey,
what Dougie
Corey
P,
Clement, man. Oh,
yeah, he dominated. But the thing I was gonna say was what I like about Dougie P is what he did was look back at old game tape of Nick Foles, and if you look at Nick Foles when he played under Chip Kelly, they had that fast paced offense. But with this is what he incorporated with Chip Kelly's offense is not the fast pace, but the preciseness of where you're supposed to be at and being at that spot at the right time, which Nick Foles dominated at, where he knew where he can take advantage of the defense of those drop off passes how he used to use with McCoy and those sharp throws to Jeremy Macklin stuff like that. And I really like how Nick Foles was playing. And that
I
touch
think I think I just seen my first perfect football season in a long time. By
that was
Zach,
good.
by
It was
Zachary Ertz.
oh yeah, man, he
Per-
dominated that dude.
perfect football season. Perfect 10.
Can we talk
Like,
about something right?
10 out of 10, dude.
Can we talk about something? I'm tired of people comparing the Zach Ertz touchdown
Oh
to
man.
the Outlaws touchdown
Now,
to the Dead's touchdown.
the thing is, we can't make it seem like New England usually don't get those calls. That's
See,
what I think a lot of people felt. Those are
I was
usually
shocked,
calls that go New England. So I'm like, oh yeah, they gonna clap New
bro.
England.
If
It's
they
like
would
the
have
league call, like Brady. We can't do it this year, bro.
if they overturned that shit, I
We
would have
can't.
flipped
We
my
can't be
TV.
this obvious. We can't be this obvious, Brady.
But it was crazy because if you look at the Dead's catch when he jumped up over the defender, he grabbed it and he did like a two step and fell down and did it. Jesse James, what did
I
he do? He turned, caught it, and what did he do? He established no feet on the ground, just turned and fell on the ground. Zach Ertz turned into a runner. If old boy wasn't on the floor, Zach Ertz was going to just run into the touchdown. So I'm just like, man, it is what it is.
I think all three were catches, but that's just me.
Yeah, man, it was good. It was a damn good game, and shout out to Justin Timberlake. People hating on that on White Chocolate out there, man. He was killing it. He killed it. A little stiff.
I still haven't watched it yet. Like I say, I was doing
It
my
was
thing
good.
during halftime. It was what you give it? 1 out of 10. What you give it? Man?
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. But the thing that I knocked Justin on was he looks stiff. Like he looks like he lost a little bit that brother side out of it. He wasn't hanging out with the niggas of late.
It's called age, man.
Bro, I mean, Usher can still get out.
It's called age, man.
I seen Usher get out there and still
but
gyrate a
that's
little better than that.
Get that check, and he still need to make that money. What you seen Justin do in the last few years besides have charity golf tournaments and sit back on his money with his wife, Jessica Alba? It's different when you ain't did it for a while and they call you back out to do it.
He sit in the booth and do cartoon movies.
Yeah, I mean he making his bread and stuff like that in other ways. He don't have to be out there on tour. Although his tour is coming up for his new album. I mean that's Usher bread and butter. Usher got to get out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference.
Justin bread and butter for a while, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I can see what you say. I was thinking.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's been his bread and butter for a while, and that Justin Timberlake and the Tennessee Kids tour was amazing. For anybody that wanted to see it, the last stop they made in Vegas is on Netflix. You can watch it, but. Yeah, I mean, after he really did that last tour or whatever and doing like the voiceover work and soundtrack stuff and things like that, he hasn't had to really be like out there on the music scene like regular artists. He's just kind of kicked back, like I said, doing a lot of charity work, enjoying being a husband. So it's different when you go from kind of laying back and you're not always working out or doing choreography work and stuff like that to somebody saying, hey, we want you to come in and do this Super Bowl halftime show. And granted, we take it for granted, but it's a lot to put into 15 minutes, and he was constantly moving.
He was moving up all and down. That boy ended. What he started from under the stage to the field to the middle of the field.
He took a nice little tour, so I got to hold it down for us old folks.
Boy,
I mean, he did pretty good.
Go for 200.
Exactly.
Ended up on Park Avenue.
Ended up in the stands. Got some
beer.
Gefilte fish. That's what they eat.
He called Janet. I'm sorry, Janet. I didn't invite you, man. I was trying to sell my CD
and stuff like that, man. People are placing a lot of blame on him for a lot of things. Oh, he disrespecting Prince, and why they put this up and that up and stuff like that. Let's get this understood. Justin Timberlake wasn't going to do anything that the NFL didn't want him to do or allow him to do. So you go through and you want to put the blame on him because that's the face that you saw. The NFL wasn't going to be like, well, okay, Justin, we don't want you to have a screen up with Prince. And he'd be like, well, fuck y'all. I'm putting up the screen anyway and singing this song. It don't work like that. The NFL wanted that out there. They wanted that Prince tribute out there. They respected the man's wishes by not making it a hologram. They just played a film from Purple Rain. Did a nice little mashup between the Justin song, the Prince song. No problems with it. It is what it is. Everybody wanted to sit here and hate on this man and all this. You had that pre-program, like Trevor Noah said, you had that pre-programmed anger towards Justin Timberlake because you just didn't want him to perform. Oh, we should have had a hip-hop artist out there, this, that, and the other. Don't be mad at that. Justin wasn't their first choice. They asked Jay-Z first. He declined. Let's not forget. So if y'all want to get on them same bandwagon, all y'all fans is mad and stuff like that, start signing up your petitions now for Migos and Future and Kendrick Lamar to do the Super Bowl halftime show next year in Atlanta.
Atlanta. Let's talk about halftime performance in Atlanta. I'm gonna need them to come out with all the Atlanta heavy hitters.
That ain't gonna happen.
I need T.I. to have his own segment.
That ain't going
and Bon Jovi.
No, honestly, calling all things a spade, unless he turns it down, I see absolutely no reason why Kendrick Lamar will not be doing a halftime show next year.
Ooh, man, he needs
because from a commercial standpoint, from a NFL being about the money, being about the ratings, let's sell what's hot right now standpoint. There's no other rap artist right now that you can put on that platform that would be better than Kendrick Lamar.
And we know Kendrick can put on the show. And we know he can put on the show because look what he did with whatchamacallit at the Grammys. Oh, y'all didn't see it.
Exactly. Oh, exactly. I saw it. Yeah. And I mean, you can go through and do it Katy Perry style. The same way Katy Perry brought in Missy Elliott, nobody knew about it. If Kendrick want to bring in a T.I. or Luda,
bring out the T.
Somebody like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, he can do stuff like that. He can do stuff like that. But I think that if they went for any hip hop artist for next year's Super Bowl halftime show, it'll probably be Kendrick Lamar.
Go ahead and bring out TDE, bring out Isaiah, bring out Schoolboy, bring out Ab. Bring out SZA.
See, then you might have more than just wardrobe malfunctions with that.
Yeah,
That's,
see, you
they'll
risking
be
it
like,
all. You risking it
Nah,
all.
bring
We
out
gonna
the
get up and
crew.
start
they'll be like, wait a
protesting.
minute, all these people
Bring out some crew.
Colin
Yeah.
Kaepernick gonna show up. They like,
Absol gonna come in
shut
there
it
with
down.
the pick in his head.
Shut it down.
So
All right, guys, that's it. That's it. Calvin, get out of here.
no more. We
Hey,
can't invite the
Get them
rappers
40
no
ounce
more.
bottles out of here. Get those sunflower seeds cleaned up. We don't have
Little,
none of that
Little
out here.
John,
Hey,
Young Jeezy,
sir.
you gotta go. You gotta go,
Sir,
guys.
sir.
You gotta go.
Who put a
No
pole
more
in his
H-Town
dressing room?
stumping.
That shit wasn't in his dressing room. Who put a pole in his dressing room? All these ones on the floor for.
Bro, they gonna fuck around and bring it.
We
They
talking
gonna
about
fuck
the
around.
same. This the same shit that took Shawty Low to the strip club when he passed away. Like it could get real ignorant.
Bro, they gonna
It could
fuck
get
around and have
real
I
Pitbull.
will love every minute of it.
They gonna have Pitbull come, and then he gonna bring out Little John, and then they gonna bring out Yang Twins, and it's gonna be fucking on fire.
Oh my god, it's gonna be
I will allow it. Let them
fireworks.
finish. Let them finish.
That building gonna burn down. They're gonna be playing
They
Most
gonna
ratchet Super Bowl halftime ever. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Chick-fil-A will be open that day in
it's
that
gonna have
stadium.
it's gonna have a battle of the
Shit.
bands.
Shit, Chick-fil-A said y'all can kiss our ass. If it's y'all moving the Super Bowl to Monday, oh well then we ain't serving nothing. We ain't serving a damn thing.
They gonna have Keenan and Kel back there chefing up some Chick-fil-A.
Man,
Here you go. Going soda. Man, what you think of the trailers that we seen? Jurassic World, Mission Impossible, Avengers. You seen Westworld, Clover?
Yeah,
Cloverfield was not that good. I actually watched that. That was
what,
man.
Cloverfield
you
Paradox?
watched the movie?
Yeah, I watched it, man. It was on Netflix.
Oh, it released already. Damn.
Cloverfield Paradox. I watched it. I thought it was decent for
Well, yeah,
what it was.
The trailer was better than the movie. Will
Okay, well, I mean,
the trailer was a lot better.
that's pretty bad. But the trailers that I dug the most was that Mission Impossible trailer because I've been looking forward to this ever since they did Rogue Nation. I think that's the name of it, and Chris McQuarrie is still directing this movie, and he directed the last movie. So I've been looking forward to this. So you see the little scenes that they do, or you heard the behind the scene footage of Tom Cruise breaking his ankle and the little set photos and stuff like that. So I was anticipating watching this trailer, and man, that shit looks amazing. I don't know how Tom Cruise does it. He must. I don't know what he be doing. That dude right there.
To get that check, he might be hanging out with Drew Brees and Tom Brady on their exercise schedule. Shit, they don't tell him.
Tom Cruise is forever running in every movie he plays.
Man,
every movie he makes sure we know that he got the burners.
Okay. Where's my room scene? Where's my no? Y'all need to rewrite.
He hopped down Jamie Foxx. I'm like, oh my god.
Hey, bro, that Collateral's a damn good movie, man.
That's Willie Beeman, bro.
Hey, bro,
Man.
that movie right there's a sleeper. I think I need to go back and watch that movie because that was one of the movies that popped up.
That's one of my favorite movies, bro.
Yeah, Collateral was very underrated.
Oh, what? Man,
but yeah, the trailer standpoint, Mission Impossible caught my eyes. Avengers, I know they didn't really show too much, so it was great seeing all the characters or whatnot, and it's gonna be interesting to see how they go.
Skyscraper looked good, dude.
Did you think so, man? They kind of
good.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That last scene when he was running all,
of course, that's cheap. Yeah, that's
bro.
That's cheap.
You got a gimp leg. How you leaping, Rock? Come on, Rock, dog. You doing too much, dog. You doing too much. I can't believe that, dog. Off the top rope.
I like they could have left that. Rock got to get his action scene in. You got him fucked up.
Bro, he got to do one of those Fast and Furious scenes.
He gonna have to jump out of helicopter or something.
Okay.
He gonna jump, bro.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out because with a Rock movie, it may not be the greatest of films, but sometimes he sells you on the film.
He's consistent.
He honestly really hasn't made a bad film, technically.
Because even that one movie
he's
where
had some mediocre ones, but he hasn't had a.
So is he in that like 50 Cent category? Is he there?
Nah,
kind of sort. No. As far as not having made a bad movie, yes, I put him in that category.
It's amazing that Rock is now a megastar. He's to that level now. Like,
but is it surprising?
He really had that charisma. Like he really.
I'm not saying is it surprising. It's not like it wasn't in his DNA.
It was surprising from the standpoint where he first came out. It was like Scorpion King, and then the Rundown was cool. Then he went that Disney route, and I was like, okay, yeah, it was cool seeing The Rock do a couple of movies that was cool. And when that came out, I was like, okay, whatever. And he did a bunch of B-list movies. Then he did Fast Five, and then shit, he been killing it ever since then. And that nigga, I mean, shit, he tearing it up because I was looking at the stats, the box office.
That's that you, baby. That's that you.
I was looking at that box office mojo, and Jumanji has made over $350 million in the U.S. and over 887 million worldwide. I did not see that shit coming. I thought that movie was gonna flop all over the place.
Told y'all it was good.
It was a decent movie. I really enjoyed it.
I think Rock can hold people attention. I think
He can.
he has that charisma where he can do a movie on his own.
Well, the one thing that's good for him that a lot of people didn't pay attention to is the fact that he goes through and where people were automatically just inclined to pigeonhole him in one direction or the other, he actually shows a little bit of versatility in his roles as far as the scope of the emotions that he can portray or show in his roles. He can go to Disney route. He can go to hardcore route. If anybody saw Faster, he was hardcore as fuck in that movie. He gave 0 fucks in that movie. But then you go through and you look, I think some of the best practice for him and one of the things that's actually made him develop even more as an actor is the stuff that he does on Ballers.
Oh yeah, I love Ballers, man. Ballers is an underrated show.
I think that's actually helped him grow as an actor because to me, he shows his most range as an actor in that show.
I can agree.
Of course, yeah. You see the emotions of a dude.
And then the movie that I would say, and the movie that sold me on his comedy side is that movie he did with Kevin Hart. Because I didn't have high expectations for that movie, but damn, Rock really out class Kevin Hart in
he out funny Kevin Hart in that movie.
It was amazing. It was amazing. I thought The Rock sold me throughout that whole movie. You could have Chris Tucker took Kevin Hart and put any comedian in there, and it's still the movie would have worked. Take Rock out the movie, it doesn't work. So I really enjoy his. I enjoy his. I like what he brings. Honestly. Oh, what else trailer we need to talk about?
I love the Han Solo trailer. Personally, I thought it was pretty interesting. Piqued my interest. I'll be interested to see what they got going forward. I really didn't see a bad trailer throughout the Super Bowl or whatnot. I think we pretty much hit them all across the board. Pretty much par for the course.
What's amazing is I did want to talk about this one trailer. When the first trailer that popped on was that Jurassic World trailer, and when I first saw the first trailer, I was thrown the fuck off because they talked about this volcano, and I was like, "Where does volcano come from? What are the dinosaurs doing?" It was kind of awkward. It kind of looked like how the camera was doing that Chris Pine. His name not Chris Pine. Chris Pratt was going to die or something like that until they released this teaser trailer, and it got a little bit more interesting. They showed a little bit more dinosaurs, the dinosaurs attacking people, and kind of the feel of the film. But I still don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I don't know what's the plot of this movie by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of lost me. There. But other than that, like you said, Han Solo looked impressive. I'm a fan of Rogue One. I think Rogue One is probably one of the best Star Wars movies that I've seen. And I'm not talking from a story standpoint or something like that. It just felt like its own film. And it felt like a Star Wars film, but it felt like a film grounded in reality and in the present time. And this Han Solo trailer, this Solo movie, it looked like it sold me on, that feel that Rogue One gave me.
Yeah. I'm super interested in seeing where it goes as far as how they kind of decide to weave it in or not weave it into the storyline overall. But even if it's just a standalone kind of outside the box a la Rogue One, I'm still interested in what it is that I'm seeing out of that.
What's also that I want to say, what'd you think about the dude's voice? I can't remember the actor's name, but what'd you think of his, did he kind of remind you of Han Solo?
Yeah, I'm almost tempted to say, did y'all try to do that to sucker me in? Is that like really the way his voice is, or did y'all just kind of, like work it in? Was it coincidence? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the way that they did with Big Boy on Notorious.
Oh yeah.
The way that he sounded the part, so it just kind of made you kind of
forget about it,
buy into the moment a little bit more and just kind of breathe them in a little bit easier. But it worked for me. I'm good with it.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought he sounded. I mean, he didn't sound like Han Solo, but he had his own little take on it. Kind of like when you saw in the prequels, when you saw Obi-Wan Kenobi, he didn't look like he looked kind of like Alex McGinnis. He didn't sound like him, but he kind of, it sold you on the road. Like, okay, I can see him becoming that old Kenobi that I saw in, A New Hope and stuff.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing, man. I think that one of the things that's so hard to do with this franchise because of the fact that it's so established and it's something that's crossed over generations and stuff like that is now we get into a situation where we kind of go through and we have that comparative instinct to where, you know, we look at like some of the new movies, like the last one that came out. It's like, it was cool, but
It was okay, yeah.
you know, it didn't have that feel. It didn't bring me in like some of the older movies did, and this, that, and other. And you know, sometimes it's time displacement. Sometimes it's the fact that you got to accommodate for different actors, a different kind of feel, a different kind of atmosphere. The other part about it, you know, not having George Lucas be directly tied in from a directorial standpoint, kind of takes us, you know, in a different direction. It kind of changes the mood in itself. But they try to do their best to keep into the spirit of Star Wars, and that's really all I can ask at this point. Because I mean, we're talking about a franchise that's about to be extended over a 50-year period.
Yeah, it's going, Disney doesn't seem like they're slowing down no time soon in pumping Star Wars movies.
No, so, they're gonna get that cash. They gonna get that cash, homie.
Out of all of the, I know on Star Wars front they doing these anthology films, like, you know, how Rogue One is its own thing. It's kind of a tie-in to the whole universe. Same with Han Solo. Who do you want to see a movie based on? Because I know they were talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, a movie being like that. But me personally, I think they need to do something else. Something like I need something that's like a Boba Fett movie or a Jango Fett movie.
Say for me, the I'll give you two logical directions, and then I'll give you a wild card. We've already got Han Solo out of the way since they've gone that direction. For my money, I would go in a direction, again, like you said, a Boba Fett would be perfect. That would pique the old school and new school Star Wars fans' interest. I would want to see perhaps maybe a Yoda storyline going back to him being younger with Mace Windu and folks like that. I mean, Yoda or Mace Windu, either one, to me, I would like to see, because those are pretty much top two all time on the Jedi list. And then like a wild card. Yeah, like a wild card, get somebody that's like a lower level, get a Lando Calrissian, or, you know, get somebody that worked in Jabba the Hutt's camp on the mercenary side. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Somewhere that's like from an alternative direction. It's not directly tied into the main characters of the storyline, but still relevant to giving you a different look on the whole Star Wars universe and how things come about. Because the view from a Jedi or from somebody on the dark side's standpoint from how Star Wars goes could be completely different from a Boba Fett who's like, I don't really care which one of y'all win. I'm just trying to get my money up. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be a good little like a heist film or something like that with the bounty hunters back in the day, like
you know,
Cad Bane and stuff like that.
Griff. I'm